Alright, into customs, and today we're going to try and make a build using Mole and Pandora's box. So Pandora's box is the alternate toy that you get from Bad Dog. If you don't take the Great One toy, most people just take Evil Book, but Pandora's box is the other option. And what it does is it gives every pet on both sides of the board either a perk or an ailment. And it's completely random. However, there are some perks and that are excluded, as far as I understand it. I didn't know about this until recently. Someone pointed it out on the SAP wiki, which I'll link in the description, that there are some perks that you can never get. Things like pancakes and pie, I think. All of the perks that wouldn't have any kind of value in battle. I guess that's maybe partly because there are so many perks relative to the number of ailments. So if they were all possible, then your odds of getting an ailment on an opposing unit would be pretty low. So how is that going to work with Mole? Clearly Mole needs perks on our team for it to actually function. So we're going to have to replace those ailments with perks. And the way we do that is with Frigate Bird. So we don't have a frigate on the team at the moment. We can look to get one later on though. Usually it would be better for this to have both the frigate and the mole by this stage, and then have them reasonably scaled up so that they're carrying the team without necessarily needing the mole's ability to do anything. But at the moment we do have the health potion, and I think it was love potion on the guinea pig, so that would trigger the mole's ability. Now we get the Bad Dog here, but generally you need to have the setup first before you buy the Pandora's box. So we're going to leave it for now. And I just give the alpaca the fig because we already have the level 2 mole. Now you can see I passed up Flying Squirrel there. Flying Squirrel is clearly one of the ways you could maintain having the Pandora's box on your team for the entire duration of the game. But we don't take it in this particular game. There are a couple of other things you can do. Obviously you can just hope to keep finding bad dogs. But I think in the end we're going to do something a little bit different in this one. So we take the cockatoo, which instantly becomes level 2 from the alpaca, and then we can sell the tamarin onto the catfish. Now it would have been nice to have the level 3 tamarin there so we got a bit more stats. But instant level 2 with the chocolate that we saved from the crow, and then I'm going to give the catfish whichever perk is available to replace the one that the tamarin had. I did put a bunch of perks in this pack that I wouldn't normally take. Obviously health potion and love potion, you don't really see them much in customs, but I was just giving the mole every chance of activating its ability. Because when it works, it is actually pretty decent. Unfortunately, a lot of the time it doesn't work, because there are so many ways for people to mess with your team in customs. As we actually faced that bee opponent there, that was quite fun. I've seen that person the last few days playing bee over and over again, clearly trying to get the achievement. Going for that in customs is a pretty tough ask, I think. So we replaced the cockatoo with the blue-ringed octopus, and now we can get rid of the alpacas. We find the frigate bird, which is what we need. So alpaca's gone. Well, I guess we'll get rid of one of them at the moment because the other one has the fig, which could be needed for the level 2 mole. Yeah, level 3 catfish probably not necessary. Getting the level 2 catfish plus octopus on turn 10, we're going to rapidly scale up here. Now I think raccoon was one of the pets that I was interested in. I did like the idea of potentially stealing a perk from the opposing team if they ended up getting something good from the Pandora's box. However, it is pretty unreliable because a lot of the time the mole resummoning will actually end up removing perks, getting rid of melon or pepper and so on. But, I mean, I had it in the pack. We might as well take it. I don't know how many of the other strong late game pets there were for me to actually use anyway. And we also have grapes in the pack. I did mention we had a bunch of unused perks. So grapes is one that you never see really. But here it's going to allow us to get a bit more gold next turn and then potentially help propel this weird squad to a win. So the opposing team actually gets Mole here. Was that from Orca, or was it Stork? I didn't notice. I guess it must have been Orca at this stage. And they end up with triple flying fish because of another random spawn. Or was that actually it wasn't random, it was Tapir. But yeah, the gold from the grapes counteracts the gold that the catfish spends. So yeah, catfish, kind of an odd unit, that it was kind of unbalanced on the test server. So it was changed so that it actually consumes gold whenever it activates a buy ability. But in this case, with the level 2 blue round octopus, it's definitely worth spending 2 gold for all those stats. So here we move the Nightcrawler, and there you can see what I mean. The mole actually breaks the melon before the raccoon even gets the chance to steal it. That kind of thing was happening all the time, and yet for some reason I still persisted with raccoon. And we'll go for level 3 mole, and then we also get level 2 raccoon, although stealing 2 perks is going to be very, very optimistic. Big time summon team, although we do mess them up with the whale getting pushed to the front. And are the mole resummons here going to be good enough? They do get Orca, which turns into a lionfish, but I think we're okay. There were a lot of games as well where I played Donkey. One of the issues with Eggplant is that it's not going to go off when the Pandora's box replaces everything, because the toy goes first. So any of your start of battle equipment like Fig and so on won't actually trigger. Now I do think Pancakes and Pie go off before the toy, but everything else isn't going to function. Maybe actually Health Potion does as well, I'm not sure. But I think at this stage I'm going to replace the grapes with another Eggplant, probably just after having faced that Spino team. And we freeze the Bad Dog, because I'm actually going to go for Bad Dog with Catfish. Well, a pretty rare combo, I don't know if I've ever seen that. The mole gets the resummons, and we end up winning. And at this point, I think I'm willing to give up on the scaling. I want to get as many rounds as possible in while still having the Bad Dog in the team. So, or am I going to greed for another turn? The problem is that it's pretty likely that we're going to lose as soon as we stop scaling. Okay, we're going to go for it anyway. Yeah, I do often like taking these kind of risks where you're trying to just get as many chances at your combo going off as possible. So even though we might lose, we get 2 rounds at least of seeing it in action. So one thing I was often doing was accidentally buying or accidentally choosing the evil book instead of Pandora's box. So that was probably why I was very, very careful there. Yeah, the Pandora's box, you can see there when it activates twice, you are actually paying 2 gold for the 1 toy activation. It would be kind of a nice optimization on Catfish, or a quality of life change if that didn't happen. But down to 1 heart, and we face another summon squad. We completely mess up their team with the perks, so we turn off the Eagle's ability, and the Spinosaurus gets cold, which means it actually gets one-shot by the raccoon there, and we win with the Pandora's box. So now we just need 1 more win. We waste another 2 gold on regenerating Pandora's box. Definitely not the way to go about this if you're going to try it yourself. I would either use Flying Squirrel or just keep Bad Dog in the team and then buy Waffles. But turn 17, 9 trophies, 1 heart. We really need a weak opponent here. And it's actually Broken Bench. I will link to their channel in the description. And Weasel, Bigfoot combo. We replace a bunch of equipment. However, we end up giving the slug at the back melon and banana to the vulture. The melon actually gets removed before the raccoon gets a chance to steal it. And this is a 50-50, which we lose. If the vulture hits the catfish there, it's a win, but instead it ends up being a very, very painful loss. That was only after a few attempts, and I really felt like my luck was on my side for that one. Unfortunately, bench got the better of me. So GG's bench. Now here are some extra clips. We've got this one. I don't have the the catfish, thankfully. It's just the bad dog with a bunch of waffles. And we face this hedgehog blowfish team when the hedgehog actually has its ability turned off by dazed. So pretty funny to see that. I think dazed is the most satisfying thing you can get, really. Then this is a funny one here where I only have 3 perks, but they have red dragon, so it actually gives rice to both the units at the back, meaning that the mole gets an extra loop in. So pretty rare to see that one as well. That person has YT in their username as well, so maybe they have a channel as well. Here's one where we face this run-of-the-mill Jersey Devil team for 10 trophies. We have the flying squirrel, we have the frigate bird and the mole. We just don't have the Pandora's box. Don't worry though, I recorded so much footage for this that bad mole will return.